Hey, what's up, guys? It's Hollow here. I had a pretty good reaction to the short that I uploaded about extracting vehicles from Cyberpunk, so I figured let's go all out and do an actual video showing how to export characters. So I'm going to take you from the beginning to the end. So let's start off at Google. You're going to want to type in WolvenKit nightly releases. It's going to be the top result. And you're going to want this top option that says nightly. And again, you want the top option, this zip file. Click it and download. Now for the Blender add-on, let's go back to Google. And you're going to want to type in Cyberpunk 2077 Blender add-on. And again, it's going to be the top result. Now this part's important. You're going to want to download it from releases. That's why it's highlighted in blue. So click releases. And again, you want the top result, the zip file here. I'm going to go ahead and click it and save. You can go ahead and minimize our Chrome for now. All right, so WolvenKit we want to extract. So I'm going to go ahead and extract that now. And while we're waiting for that to finish, let's jump over to Blender. And I'll show you how to install the add-on. You're going to want to go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, and then click this tiny little drop-down arrow here and click Install from Disk. And look for our Blender add-on right here. Now I already have it installed, so I'm not going to reinstall it because it's probably just going to mess things up, but you would click Install from Disk and it would install, and that is that. Just to show you, mine's already installed right here. Alright, so back over to WolvenKit. It has finished extracting. I'm going to go ahead and delete the zipped file because we don't need it. Open the folder that we extracted. Scroll all the way down until you find an icon. That is our launch icon. If you get a warning like this, don't worry about it. Just click More Info and run anyway. So this is important. The first time you launch WolvenKit, you're going to want to go to Plugins. Click Check for Updates. And then when that finishes, go ahead and update all of the plugins. Except Redmod, who uses Redmod, not me. Alright. This is also important. Head to Settings. And you're going to want to point WolvenKit to where your game's exe file is located. If you've done any modding or anything, you already know about this, but your exe file is usually under Steam, Library, Steam Apps, Common, your game's name, which in our case is Cyberpunk, bin, x64, and in this folder will be an exe file. Go ahead and click that, and that will point WolvenKit to where Cyberpunk is located on your computer. Next, you're going to want to create a depot path. This is also important. This is where it's going to be extracting all of the image files and layers and stuff like that. So you would click this folder and choose where you would want that to save. That file can end up getting pretty big if you were to export the entire depot. I think it's around 22 gigs or between 22 and 25, somewhere around there, I think. It's been a while since I've done it. But once you've done those two things, click Save and Close. And now we're going to want to create a new project. So for this project, let's do Judy. So I'm going to type in Judy A and click Create. Alright, so here we are. We're in WolvenKit. Nothing's going on, or it's still loading. It's finished loading. There we go. Nothing's going on. So to find a character like Judy, I like to put in her name. Whatever character you're looking for, type in their name and then the letters ENT. Click Kind to sort by the kind of file it is, because we're looking for an ENT. And it's usually just the character's name.ent, and that's what we're looking for. There it is, judy.ent. So we're going to right click and you can add it to the project. Right click again and choose a Find Used Files search. I'm going to click Kind again to make it easier to search for the app file. There's two files that you need when you export things from Cyberpunk. You need the entity file and the app file. There are other files depending on what you're doing, but for what we're doing, we need those two files, the ENT and the app file. So now we're looking for judy.app. And I'm just scrolling down looking for a gear icon because the app usually looks like a gear. There it is. And you can also add things to your project by double clicking. Once you've done that, head over to Tools, Script Manager, and it's a good idea to get in the habit of updating your scripts whenever you're exporting something, at least relatively frequently. And for a character like Judy, we just want the basic export ENT script right here. So click the green triangle to go ahead and run that. You can close that out, and you can see down here in the log, it is now doing its thing. If you get a bunch of red lines like this, don't worry about it. So it's finished exporting the entity, now it's exporting the meshes. Another minute or two and that will be done. In the meantime, let's head over to Blender. Alright, to get Judy into Blender, go to File, Import, and these three Cyberpunk options down here will only appear if you installed the Blender add-on. So we're going to choose Cyberpunk Entity, and then we're going to navigate to wherever we created that project earlier. There it is, Judy A. Go Source, Raw, Base, Characters. There's a folder called Entities, and there's our file, judy.ent. And you can even import different appearances. So Judy's got several. I mean, most of the characters have several. So let's go back to Judy's ENT real quick. And you can right click and choose Open Without Adding to Project. And this will give you a way to kind of preview what you're exporting. And there's all of her appearances. So let's say we want Judy glove. You would click the drop down arrow here, or triangle, and then where it says appearance name, click that, and then you can copy the appearance name. Head back over to Blender, and we're going to replace the default with the appearance that we want, which is called glove, and then just click import ENT from JSON. Usually doesn't take more than a minute or two, and there she is. She is in Blender. There she is. And you can see her glove right here. So this is indeed her glove appearance. If you wanted a different appearance, you could simply just go, let's say you wanted her default appearance. I'm going to go ahead and create a new project. Do the same process. Go File, Import, Entity, click our Judy entity, and then just leave it at default. Click Import, and there she is as default. And there she is. Brighten up our light a bit. Move it forward. And there's her default appearance, no glove. Alright, let's try that whole process over again real quick, but with Panam. So we'll say goodbye to Judy for now. Sorry, Judy, we are now Team Panam. Alright, so I'm going to go Home, create new project, call this Panam A. Alright, so same process, type Panam and then the letters ENT. There she is. So I'm going to double click to add to project, then right click and do a find used files search. There's her app, double click again, Tools, Script Manager, Export ENT, and she's on her way out. You can see everything happening down in the log. And while we're at it, why don't we go ahead and inspect her ENT and see what appearances she has. So she has one with no jacket and harness. Let's just do no jacket and harness, so we'll go ahead and copy that. Head back to Blender, let's go File, Import, Entity, navigate to where your project is, Panam A, Source, Raw, Base, Characters, Entities, and there's Panam. Now we're going to paste in the appearance that we want and import. There she is, no jacket or harness, just like we wanted. Let's go ahead and add in a light. Get rid of the gray, and we can preview. There she is. Looks pretty good. Freckles are a little heavy. I like to take those down a bit. But otherwise she looks pretty darn good for not having to do anything but click import. And just to show you, let's just do her default appearance real quick. So I'm just going to go new. Actually, I don't want to have to redo hiding the floor and creating the lights. So let's just hide her instead. And then we'll go import ENT. This time, let's just type default and click import. And there she is, her default appearance. Now she's got her harness and her jacket. And her gloves, it looks like also. There's a little bit more to this process if you want to be able to actually pose or add an animation to her. Right now, all of her meshes are in individual pieces and have their own armature and are kind of a mess. So let me know if you guys want to see another video on how to turn this into a posable model and actually apply animations to it. And for now, I'm going to call it there. Hope you guys got something out of this. If you did, feel free to drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one.